What's up with everybody? It's your man Moyo B.
And Nicole.
We're back and do some more reaction videos. Supervillain Origins, the Joker. When I think about the Joker, I never really thought of him as a supervillain.
Yeah.
He is a villain. He's a smart villain. Matter of fact, I think he's like the smartest villain because he can get in your head mentally and make you do things and make you second guess yourself. But I guess you don't have to be super strong or super powerful to be considered a super villain. So I guess you can kind of say he is super villain.
Because he uses more of his smarts and his psyche than he does
to
strength
give you your head.
And powers.
Yeah, because he's not physically strong or nothing like that. But it's like he just mess with you, man, mess with you. But we're gonna dive right into it.
He may be the clown prince of crime, but this villain has to be taken seriously.
Yep.
Cut the clowning, Joker.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we will explore the comic book origins of the Joker.
That's my cue.
As with most comic book characters, they're often reimaginings in different versions to a character's past.
Yeah.
The earlier video we did looked in detail at the origin provided in 1988's The Killing Joke. But today, we're expanding and updating our original origin video to include additional storylines and versions
He
of the
looked
character.
crazy.
Yeah.
We will explore the events that unfolded in 1951's Detective Comics number 168, 2004's Batman Gotham Knights number 54, 2007's Batman Confidential number 7 and 10, 2010's Brave and the Bold number 31, and 2013's Batman number 23 and 24.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
The Joker is one of the most iconic supervillains in comic books, a twisted genius with a desire for chaos and seemingly random motivation.
What do you believe in, huh?
What do you believe in? I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
While he has sometimes been played for laughs, the Joker is as ruthless as he is insane. His complete disregard for human life makes him an especially deadly and terrifying foe.
Yeah.
Although the Joker's true origin has been subject to debate, we're using 1951's Detective Comics number 168 as a starting point.
What the hell is that?
I made it.
You made it?
Yeah.
So what is it?
Well, it's a hood. Thought it would, spice things up.
In this story, Batman is teaching a criminology course because the 50s and recounts an unsolved case from earlier in his career. A criminal named the Red Hood, whose head and face were completely disguised by a scarlet covering, was conducting a crime spree. When Batman confronted him at a playing card factory, the Red Hood escaped by diving into a vat of chemical waste.
Yeah, that's how he became the Joker, I think. Well,
years later, Batman learned that the Red Hood had been a lab worker who decided to earn a fortune through theft. When he escaped from the vat of chemical waste, he found that his skin, lips, and hair had been discolored, and thus the Joker was born. Alan Moore's landmark, The Killing Joke, expanded significantly upon this origin story, originally portraying the Joker as a failed stand-up comic named Jack with a pregnant wife who needed money.
Dang.
When thugs offered to pay him to wear a red hood and help them with a heist, he agreed, which eventually led to him falling into a vat of chemicals and his new life of crime.
Interesting.
In a 2004 story arc, some more information came to light. In this retelling, Jack tried to back out of that heist at the behest of his wife. Instead, the criminals threatened to kill her if he didn't help them. He did so, and again that led to his chemical bath.
dang.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember this scene in the first Batman movie.
Yeah, so do I.
In this telling, the thugs blamed Jack for the scheme going wrong, and so they hired a crooked cop to torch his apartment, with his wife in it.
Dang.
Apparently this last development, which drove Jack truly insane.
Yeah.
That would drive me.
A different take on the story came along in a 2007 look at Batman's early days. In this retelling, the Joker was already a brilliant criminal, highly intelligent, and a brilliant strategist. His every criminal endeavor was successful, and so he had become bored.
Ooh, I just love to get down and dirty. Okay, boys, it's playtime.
A sociopath, he had no regard for human life, and because he was so bored, he was ready to end his own life. But then Batman started his crusade in Gotham City, and Joker found himself with a new purpose in life, complete with thrill and challenge.
Why do you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you?
Batman was working to hunt him down, but he was not working alone. You see, he had enlisted the help of a local gang lord to help him. The soon-to-be Joker had moved in on that gangster's territory, so when the gangster caught up with him, he paid him back good. At the end of their confrontation, the gangster unleashed a torrent of antipsychotic drug waste on the would-be supervillain, and you know the rest.
You can call me Joker.
Joker.
And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
There have been hints throughout the year that the Joker came from a less than ideal family life. A 2010 story in which the Atom had to enter the Joker's brain to cure him of a rare disease took a peek into his early life. Readers learned that as a child, the young Joker had expressed violent tendencies towards some of the kids he went to school with. When the young Joker's parents argued over what to do about their son, he calmly trapped them in their house and set it on fire.
Dang.
DC's revamp of their lineup with the New 52 project meant that a new Joker was needed too. In this retelling, the Joker was brought up by his abusive Aunt Eunice and was once again bullied by schoolmates. As an adult, he became the Red Hood and led a whole gang of criminals wearing red hoods.
You've been great, ladies and germs, but we gotta go!
It turned out that his inspiration for this life of crime came from the killing of Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yeah.
The randomness of their deaths and the fear
That's how it was in the
created
first Batman
inspired
movie.
him to eventually found his own criminal empire. At this time, Bruce was fighting against the Red Hood, but not as Batman just yet. He was wearing a simple range of disguises in order to hide his identity. However, after a brutal beating by the Red Hood, Bruce was inspired to become Batman. He confronted the Red Hood gang at a chemical plant and snared their
Red
leader as he
Hood gang.
attempted to escape.
Gotcha.
Do you see what's coming here? When the railing they were on collapsed, Batman tried to rescue the Red Hood. However,
That's
the
what I
Red Hood
remember.
voluntarily
Yeah.
jumped into the sea of chemicals below him, secure that he would survive and be back stronger than ever. No other villain has quite reached the notoriety and infamy of the Clown Prince of Crime, which explains his popularity in other media. The yin to Batman's yang, the id to his superego, Joker is the perfect foil for the Dark Knight. And even at his most maniacal and evil, there's something perversely fascinating about the Harlequin of hate.
I am the world's first fully functioning homicidal artist.
Are you a fan of Gotham City's most distinguished and disturbing resident, the Joker? For more awesome comic book origins, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
And now, folks, it's time for Who Do You Trust? Hubba, 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 money, 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 who do you trust?
Like Nicholson.
Or Jack Nicholson, sorry.
I don't know. I like him as Joker too. I like Heath Ledger Joker's better.
Yeah, I mean, I know Heath Ledger did a really good job. They're both very different kinds of Jokers, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so many different backstories, man. I mean, it first
Yeah, I
started off
know.
like his wife, he needed money. I guess they was like, they didn't have that much money. He was kind of poor, and he went to, these guys came to him, say, look, man, rob a bank, you can make some money, and then he ended up falling into chemicals. See, I always knew about that because I watched, you know, the original, Batman 1989 film.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, I remember that too. I mean, yeah, it was interesting, and I guess maybe this is somewhat the nature of comic books because they do remakes and like reboots. But it's like, I also am like, okay, so what's the real story? You know, like it's different. I think it's different writers that tend to come up with different ideas, which is maybe fun to follow. But then I'm like, okay, but what do the original creators want his story to be?
I mean,
like, that's what I would like to know.
I mean, it's almost better to go with like the first story that was written about him.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes they recreate or embellish on it just for
They do,
fun,
yeah.
like for the fanhood aspect and to create a
Yeah,
story.
because
But
he didn't really seem like a crazy person. I mean, he did go crazy, I guess, when his wife got torched by the gangsters and stuff like that. They said the house.
Well, that was in one of the storylines.
That was like the second or third one or whatever.
There's so many different ones.
I mean, he was a normal guy, man. He was living a normal life and stuff like that. And hey, he was desperate. He needed money, man, for his wife, and so he just, turned to a life of crime. And it was only like a one-time thing because one in the panel show he was trying to get out of it, but the gangsters they didn't want him to get out of it. They said, no, you want to do it,
And the interesting thing is that it almost seemed like in all the stories across the board, the chemical waste part was the same.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, at least that it was involved.
It would show how he actually changed until came to Joker who he is
sort
today.
Of disfigurement and stuff.
Yeah, they combined the storyline in the first Batman movie. The storyline was he killed Bruce Wayne's parents because in the first comics he ain't say he killed Bruce Wayne's parents. It's like it makes like him and Bruce Wayne was like the exact same age, but then in the other one say he killed Bruce Wayne's parents.
So wait, in that first Batman movie, he's the one who killed Bruce Wayne's parents?
Yeah, in the Batman movie, yeah. So he's way older than Batman.
Yeah.
But in the comic books, it's like they was like the same age or whatever.
It kind of seemed like
close to the same age. So it's like
because it said that he was just spurred by like his criminal gang.
The Red Gang or something.
Yeah, the Red Mask.
Yeah, Red Mask Gang.
But he said that was spurred by the killing of Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yeah.
So it wasn't he didn't do it, but it like gave him the idea to become a criminal for some reason.
Batman, when Bruce Wayne, Batman, He took it upon himself to take that gang out because he remembered they killed his parents. So it was more like a vengeance thing for him, you know, to get the Joker. You know, before he was a Joker, because he didn't become a Joker till he fell inside, you know, them chemicals, and it just messed him all up, made him crazy too and insane. But we definitely enjoyed it, man. It's
super interesting. I like these. Explains a lot of things that
it
didn't know
does,
already.
man. See different perspectives, because Batman been around for like a long time. We just had like 1951 when the first comic was like written.
Something like that. Yeah.
It could have been like earlier.
I don't know.
But you about to go to the end of this video. If you want to support our channel and you want to leave us a special video request, check out the link to our Streamlabs and leave your requests there. Make sure to keep the videos under 12 minutes and leave your link. Don't forget to subscribe.
Thumbs it up.
Turn on notifications. It's your man Mario B.
And Nicole.
We're going to catch you on the next one. Stay awesome. Peace and love, baby.